Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun Politico, yeah, yeah. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not the off in mind. Oh, yeah, yeah. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Can in the touchlight every corner. Oh, yeah, yeah. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar, just they get the higher power. Over naira. See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo.
Make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Hello there. Good evening to you. Good afternoon. Good morning. Depends on wherever time you are watching this from. So thank you very much for joining me. So for those who have been waiting, thank you so much for your patience as well. I'm having a bit of I think I'm having an issue with this video, and I'm going to fix it before we continue. Just give me a sec.
It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh.
Yeah, let's hope that fixes it, and then we can continue. Thank you very much for joining me once again. And if you have read the caption of the broadcast, you can make your own contribution, in the comment section accordingly. It will be a pleasure, and I hope I'll be able to catch on many of them as possible and share them also in this conversation. Now, let's start with this. So many people who believe that talking about a problem, right, is the cause of more problems. So to those who believe that keeping quiet or looking away is ideal when you watch people being killed and their killers being protected by the government that's supposed to protect them. So I want you to know one thing tonight. Nigeria is a crime scene. That normally, if you have a working government, every day they will be unraveling things that shouldn't be happening at all, but they are covering them up, so to say. Now, this whole thing has now escalated to what we now have as a threat of a civil war. Nigeria is now tilting towards a civil war. Okay, so tilting towards civil war means that Nigeria is getting to a stage where the government is making it illegal for you to defend yourself against any marauding criminal or this Fulani terrorist that we have everywhere. There are evidences against them. There are pictures, there are videos, there are audios. There have been a print interview from these guys who continue to threaten the people that they are already traumatizing. So talking about it, calling the attention of the world to this problem is us calling, trying to save the lives of those the government would rather watch killed. It has gotten to a stage where every part of southern Nigeria, Middle Belt, and so many other parts of, the northern Nigeria, many people have been responding now, even though the reaction of the government today to this people's reaction has been so different. But it's on record that people have lost complete trust in the security system of the country. They have lost total trust in the government of the country, to the point that even Laya Mohammed came out to say, oh, the bandits, they trusted Sheikh Gumi more than they trust the government. Therefore, they will listen to Sheikh Gumi than they will listen to government, because government is ready to negotiate with terrorists. So people, even terrorists, don't trust the government, according to the government. Now, people have been resorting into self-defense, and it is spreading. And as this awareness continues to spread, people are now, the interest of people protecting themselves continue to also to increase. And here is the fact. Today, it is not just the Yorubas that are asking the Fulanis to leave our forest so that we can save the lives of our people that have been, threatened, killed, cut short. Their business, their farms are being destroyed while the government continue to live in denial. It's not just the Yorubas anymore. We now have our people from Delta who are now standing up, Ogun State, standing up. The people of Edo State, well, they have actually given them ultimatum. In these places, they are being given ultimatum to leave. You can't stay. So whatever the agenda was, Fulanization agenda, Islamization agenda, whatever other corrupt agenda that this was all about, it is already hitting the rock bottom. And that is why we must not stop talking about it. Even when some people don't like it for their own political gain, it is not of any political gain to Yoruba to sacrifice our people for the political gain of some few people, criminals, who claim to be political leaders in Yorubaland. It is not acceptable for Yorubas to accept to be slaughtered, killed, and keep quiet simply because we would love to see Yoruba probably become president of Nigeria. It is not ours. No matter how much the politicians try to ram this down our throats, it's not going to work. And that is why we have to continue. It is gaining ground. And because the government would rather go after the citizens and protect the Fulani terrorists, it has now turned to where very soon there will be something that Nigeria will not be able to control. Nigeria don't like protest. Nigerian government has banned protests. Peaceful protesters are attacked, killed, shot at, right, by the agents of government. Now, people are harming themselves to protect themselves against invading terrorists in their different communities, but the government is going to go after them by arresting them and prosecuting them for terrorism, while the real terrorists are now being pampered, considered for amnesty. Guess what? The news came today that those who kidnapped the Kankara boys, those 600 school children in Katsina State, that they have surrendered and they have repented. That's the end of the story. The government of Zamfara, right? They are now packaging together now what they are going to give to them. Here is the gist. The person that the guy who organized the kidnapping, who happened to be a former local government chairman in Katsina State. When the boys were kidnapped, whatever arrangement it was, government of Nigeria paid them money. Now, when they paid them money, according to the Katsina State government, they paid the kidnappers 800 million naira for the boys. Now, the guy who organized the kidnapping with the other police and every other people who were involved, the guy came out and he said, it's a lie. You only paid us 30 million. And that was when they were like, oh, how did you know we pay 30 million? If you are not an insider, we have told the world that we paid 800 million. So if you come out to continue to say that we only paid 30 million, then you must be the one who collected it, because except someone inside, they arrested the guy. 3 days later, they said they have arrested, the guys who organized the kidnapping in Kankara, in Katsina State, that they have come out and they have repented. Therefore, they will be rehabilitated. Their crime forgiven. But the one that wanted to be a whistleblower, the one that blew the whistle, the organizer, is going to be punished, possibly killed. That is the situation in northern Nigeria as we speak. Negotiating with terrorists, making deals with them, pampering them. Then citizens who are victims of all this terrorism, who are now complaining, grouping themselves, campaigning for awareness, asking the whole world to help them, asking when the whole world won't come to their aid, they resorted into self-help. They will be the target. But I'm going to share with you some of the developments across Nigeria that should give you, a kind of a worrisome, evening somehow. It is not going to end well. Politicians in Nigeria are planning towards 2023. Today, the Yoruba leading APC politicians, starting from Vice President Fake Pastor Ruga Ikene Shatabandu, is back to Ikene today, despite all this insecurity problem and so many other things that people were saying to defend him or try to separate him from Buhari's government, as if to say it wasn't a joint ticket that gave them the Buhari or Shibade ticket in 2015. But when you look at all these Lagos Sabobakus, Oshogbo, Alimajiris, all these ombud slaves and their sophisticated morons, they are doing everything, like working overtime, to separate Oshibaju from Buhari failure. Do you get that now? So as all this insecurity continue to rise in Yorubaland and everybody is trying to speak up and find a way around it, Oshibade is mute. Izoga Tinubu is also what? Is also deaf and dumb on this development. But guess what? They have time to fly down. If he flew in his chopper from Abuja, when they finally managed to book him one, he flew on his federal government chopper, and he landed in Abeokuta, where he was shoveled to Ikene. And let me tell you something. Why I keep telling you that these guys are so fake. They have no interest of Yoruba. They have nothing linking them to Yoruba interest at all. But when it is politically convenient, you will see them going lyrical. They will be going philosophical about Yoruba, Yoruba this, Yoruba that, and they will be ascribing so many glories to themselves. But look around you. Oshibade has always been a Lagos boy. Tinubu's handbag carrier. He became the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice under Tinubu in Lagos State. His constituency is Lagos State. It's like many of them who are not from Lagos State. Many of them from Ijebu, some of them from Iremo, some of them from Egba, some of them from Ekiti, Ondo, and everywhere. They are in Lagos. They are the senators, they are your governors, they are your reps, and that is why they can only build what is called the mega slum that they called mega city. But when it is politically convenient, they decided to shift Oshibaju's political base to Ikene Ward 1, Ikene local government. But he has nothing there at Ikene local government at all. But in 2015, part of the scam they put together was it was from Ikene. Therefore, APC Ikene, she registered him in Ikene. It was until 2014, since 1999, that they have been doing their politics in Lagos. Same way they made Aregbe Mugbo the Commissioner of Works in Lagos. After that, they sent him back to Oshogbo, Oshun, to go and become their governor. You know what I'm talking about? It is like that, the Ajele agenda. However, when it is politically convenient, they will associate with Yoruba. So he flew down from Abuja after this whole thing, news everywhere, killings here and there, Yorubas this and that, eviction notice here and there. They were dodging it because if they see anything politically, it can just be like a boom, sudden death. But he's able, the same Oshibaju that they say, what do you want him to do? He cannot say anything. He's just the vice president. For those who are trying to separate him from the failure of Buhari, they are the same people telling you that Buhari is the best thing that happened to Yorubaland since sliced bread. Now, they have no interest of the insecurity in Yorubaland. They have no interest in the economic interest of Yorubaland. They have nothing to connecting them to Yoruba people, except for the political office they claim to be holding for Yoruba and the name they claim to be bearing, Yoruba names. But he flew down to Ekene to go and register to renew his APC membership registration. Then when he got to Ekene, you know, as usual now, the governor, their party member, they will mobilize people, pay them money to come and welcome the vice president, a very powerful, good, great son of Ekene. A very powerful, great son of Ekene is coming home to come and register as APC member, right? And he got there, was, oh, no, what's okay? The same professor that is sharing 5,000 naira to fight poverty. It was in Ekene. That's why I call him Ekene Shatabandu. Do you get that now? He was there asking people to know what's okay. And to first, if you want to be successful in your life, when you raise up your hand, GBT pastor. The same way they always promise you fake miracles. If you want to get a new job this year, you raise your hand. Let God bless you. Or if you want to get the best husband, that nonsense. He was doing it in Ekene today. Oh yeah, no, well, it's okay. I just want to see the people who want to be successful this year. I want you to raise up your hand. You know what I mean? He entertained them and he left. God knows when it's going to come back. Maybe when election is closed, they can go to Ekene and it will begin, it will start his lyrical Starboy campaign. That's to tell you that they have nothing that connects them to Yorubaland whatsoever. Yorubaland is spoiling. People are resorting to self-help. Those who are parading themselves as our governors, as political leaders, opinion holders, they are so scared to speak out. But when the politics is like, so close that it's going to be beneficial to them, they will now tell you how much they love Yorubaland, how much they will do everything to make. And then some mumus are also saying, when Tifnumbu becomes your president, like a demented Buhari, it will just command Boko Haram all these terrorists to go away. No, it won't. And here is why. I'm going to show you more from let's start from one sec. We will start from Enugu. You all know that the Biafrans have suffered so much in the hand of the Nigerian government. They have suffered so much in the hand of the Nigerian security agents, militaries, police, and many, many of them. They have suffered so much. Now, in the hands of the Fulani terrorists in the eastern part of Nigeria, you won't believe it that they have taken over so vast lands in Biafra land that if you begin to see all the latest things that are unraveling right from that part of the country, you understand where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was coming from when he demanded that the Igbo governors should protect Igbo land, protect Biafra land because they have been invaded. Go to Ebonyi, go to Enugu, go to Anambra, go to Imo, in Imo State. They are everywhere. And they are not just everywhere. People are being raped. They are being killed. People, they are like butchering people into pieces to spread fear. And they have been doing it. And no police or soldier could arrest them. Now people are reacting because rather than the soldiers and Nigerian security agents to go after the terrorists, killing the people, even if the people say they are Biafrans, they are not Nigerians, Abi. But you believe that they are Nigerians. Do they not fall under your law to be protected? Instead of profiling them and killing them, are they not supposed to? Are you not supposed to show that you are capable of protecting them? You care for them. At least that is why you want them to stay. But that is not the situation in the eastern part of the country. Fulani terrorists who have ravaged the entire place, They are walking freely and they are threatening everybody who dare question them, to the point that the Igbo governors, they have they have decided to go to bed with the Miyetiala for peace. Their own kind of peace is that they will still be governors, so that they will not overthrow them, or you know what I mean. So they will pay them money, invite them into the government. So Miyetiala is in bed with the Igbo governors, while the Fulani terrorists continue to kill, kidnap, rape women, and destroy farms in Igboland. So some of us who never, some of you who didn't really have time to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you would rather listen or read the headlines, the fake news headline of the Nigerian media, who just want to pick something, or you will just go along with the born haters or these ignorant illiterates from Yorubaland. Those ones who believe that everything that is wrong with their lives is caused by someone else, not by them, or not by themselves, or the decisions they are making with their lives. We have them, ignorant, illiterate Yorubas, okay, who believe that let's blame the other person, okay. So if you are one of those who follow and listen to those kind of people, right, without you even understanding who you are following or listening to, if you had been listening to this, the leader of IPOB, Kanu, yeah, you will realize that his anger, his rage, boils down from the report he receives every now and then. Even me, the report I've received about the carnage, the destruction in Yorubaland in the last 6 months alone. Some of them I could not share with you because they are so graphic, you can't share them. With the little I have heard for the past, I have in my possession the past 6 months, they are actually enough to make me go so crazy that you begin to say, Maiyegun, is everything okay? Maiyegun, you are becoming like, more and more asking for this or that. Do you get what I mean now? They have been killing them. And instead of the police to go after those killers, the police will go after those who are chasing after the killers. And the narrative is, IPOB members just want to cause trouble because their governors believe that if they allow the IPOB members to operate the way they should, that will take popularity away from them. The people will begin to feel like they don't even need them anymore. And if people begin to feel like they don't need them anymore, they will lose favor from those that are giving them the power, the military, the police, to guide them and protect them. They will lose favor from them. And before you know it, they will be completely out of power. They will look for another set of people who are ready to do the job. That's the deal. So the Igbo governors decided to allow the military, Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian police to walk into Igbo land and hunt down Igbo sons and daughters, shoot them right there on the street just to spread fear. While Fulani terrorists are also busy chasing after those who are also trying to survive on their farms, on their way to stream, in their different villages. Their girls are being kidnapped, their women are being raped, farms are being destroyed. All this have been going on for the past 5 years. Until IPOB said no. If the governors and politicians are going to continue to trade us off, we will send them back. And that is what many people are now calling, oh, they are asking for war. You are supporting Kanu that is asking for war. Who called the Fulani to come and start killing people in Yorubaland? Did Yorubas invite them to come and start killing? Did we invite them by invitation? Say, come, we want you to start killing us. Now that they are killing us, we are tired. So we are now saying, hey, go back. We don't want you to stay again. And they'll say, but you invited us now. So did we invite them to Yorubaland to be killing our people, kidnapping our people for ransom? A Fulani man that will raise a cow for God knows how many years. And when he finally have to sell one, he will have to sell one for 100,000 naira, 150,000 naira, 200,000 naira if it's a very, very big one. Yeah? Now, that same Fulani boy can easily just go on the road with his gun, shoot everybody and kidnap some. And he can be paid 10 million naira on each person. Now, if he's kidnapping 2-3 people every week, and he's getting paid 10 million, 8 million, 5 million, 15 million, do you really think it will take a negotiation, conversation, to be Nubi, let's say to be Omoluabi conversation, to tell that same Fulani that he should go back to raising his cow normally and keep selling his cows. Do you really think that is going to be easy when he has a gun? And you going to tell him, what do you have? Your biro or what? You have your pen to go and talk to somebody with a gun that, you know what, enough, go back. Just want you to go. If you want to stay, we don't want you to kidnap anybody anymore. Do you really think that is how it works? Is that what they're telling you? Of course, they won't tell you that because it doesn't work that way. So, and because of the failure of the people in government, the culpability of the Buhari's government, people have lost complete faith. You get that now? They have lost complete faith in the process. They have, you see, if you conduct a referendum in Nigeria today, clean, unadulterated, non-manipulated, clean, clear referendum, even Arewa people will vote to divide Nigeria. It will shock you. You see all these miscreants who are shouting everywhere, who are trying to blackmail everybody into agreeing that you being killed and your killer not being arrested or prosecuted is something you have to live with. All these miscreants, they don't represent the majority. Do you get that now? Put the ballot out there and ask Yorubas to choose between Nigeria and Oduduwa Republic. Do it. Let them try it. Put a ballot out there and ask the Igbos to choose between Biafra and Nigeria. I'm not saying there won't be people who support Nigeria, because we know there are people benefiting from Nigeria now, and they will support Nigeria. And they will spend their money to convince you to support Nigeria and support that suffering. But it will shock you that you won't need to pay anybody money or bribe anybody money before they will vote to leave Nigeria. It will surprise you. That is how divided it is right now. And if you don't believe me, let me take you to Enugu and see how the people are reacting to those they considered as collaborators, of those they see as the threat to their peaceful existence in Igboland. Even those, like I said, if you ask people to vote for Nigeria or vote for Biafra, Igbo man, there will be those who will vote for Nigeria. There will be those that will even campaign to stay in Nigeria, but they are not in the majority. That's what I want to tell you. They are not. And if they doubt us, let them put it out there. Let's give it a shot. So those that will defend Nigeria are those that will tell you that there is nothing wrong. Let them go everywhere. They don't belong to God, because those are the people who have no real roots. Those we called Omuale in Yorubaland. I don't know what you call them in Biafra. Yeah? The Omuales. They will tell you, now, what is the big deal? There is big deal, because if your forefathers were like you, probably by now, you will just be probably one slave boy, either in Libya or Montenegro or somewhere else, speaking a different language, because you will be gone. If your forefathers were like you, who probably have narrow-minded like you, that what is land? We are everywhere and all of that. Maybe you won't even be called a Yoruba today. And those are the Omuales in Yorubaland. There are many of them who are doing that because of their own selfish gain. Fine. But they are not in the majority. That's what I want to tell you. Okay? The Biafrans are not, they are not allowing any Efulefu, they call them Efulefu, the people that they call saboteurs. And it is because of what Nigeria has become. That's what I want you to see, that Nigeria is now inching towards a civil war, where everybody will be armed, and they are going to be armed to defend themselves against the government that is coming to ask them to surrender their guns for the terrorists. Do you understand that now? And that is the beginning of the civil war. Okay? And Buhari and his gang, I don't think they see that, but we encourage them to continue. Today, a Fulani Ada with gun is an endangered species in any part of southern Nigeria. It is because of the negligence of the government, the culpability of the government, the I don't care attitude of the government, which they are still pretty much on as we speak. That is what is leading to this.
Where is it?
The chairman did. They don't collect for money for Fulani people. They kill our mama. Chairman, fuck you.
Give a chairman, no. Where chairman? We are saying they collect money from Fulani. If they collect money,
Who is the chairman?
Where the chairman go?
they sell us out. Where chairman?
Where's the chairman? Hey! I said, where's the chairman?
Wait, hold.
Where in there?
This is Security Network. We are here in Enugu West looking for one of the chairman that has been selling our land, collecting money from Fulani herdsmen. We are here, but he ran away. He ran away. We are here to get him, but he ran away.
Where chairman did?
You come back. You come back. Where's the chairman? Where's the chairman?
Chairman Bata, you see na ibi ozo na iweti ya. Ya ga-eme ya. Ani dori ikwu ya.
That is the situation. That's not just Enugu. The ESN, they are back in the forest, going really after the Fulani, armed terrorists that they believe are endangering the lives of the people of Enugu. They are in Imo, ESN is in Imo, ESN is in Anambra, Abia is in Enugu. They are also, they are everywhere. Okay, which is a good thing, but we should not forget how it all led to this. It did not start like this. It was because the government continued to kill the people who are asking the government to protect them from the Fulani terrorists killing and kidnapping them. That was how it all started. Now let's go to Delta. This is from the youth of Delta.
Some certain amendments or waivers will not be given, or extension of time. But the important thing of note here, because we are going to come down very heavily on defaulters, we have agreed in tandem with the traditional rulers, we have agreed with stakeholders, we have communicated the police, we have communicated the DSS. What we are saying is that enough is enough. We don't want to accommodate anybody in our bushes anymore. It is not about me. It's about our people. And it is what we have decided. And that is how the way to go. If you want to live in Oshimili North, for God's sake, my brother, what is too much about picking up a property in the town? Come and live with us. Our people also farm in the bushes. But we don't live in the bushes. So how come you're bothered about living in the bushes? That means there's something about you.
That is, I think he said the Emily local government area of Delta State, yeah? It is not just that. I have others. Remember, I want to give you few instances to let you know that people are already agitated as we speak. People know that the government is culpable. The government would rather arrest you and jail you for asking them to stop the killers or declare them as a terrorist organization. Government would rather arrest you than do that. And people know that, right? In Ogun State. Let me see if that's the video before I go to Benue State. Watch this.
lókè òkun lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin àwọn ìyá wa bàbá wa ní stéètì míì láti wọlé kẹrù máa bà wọ́n lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá wọn Jódà dára a rí pé kò bójú mu alábàtà wọ́n ní wọ́n ń jí wọn gbé wọ́n tún gbọ́ ọmọ balẹ̀ kúlú oríṣiríṣi náà ṣe a fẹ́ lọ bá ọba baálẹ̀ olóyè àwọn ọ̀tọ̀kùlú èèyàn láàrin ìlú yẹn láti sọ fún wọn pé a ti dé àfi àwọn àlejò wọn yẹn kásìbẹ̀ ni wọ́n sọ fún wọn. ọjọ́ 15 lolórí bàbá wa olóyè ambassador Adé sọ pé ó ní ká fún wọn ní 15 days. After that 15 days, ká padà wọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. Ṣílókè náà ṣáì. Wọ́n bí a ṣe ń lọ yìí, ẹ má yin ọ̀pá. Ẹ jẹ́ káwọn ọ̀pá wá wà nù mọ́tò. Níwọ̀n bá àgbà tí wọ́n ti rí bánà. Tá bá débi tá à ń lọ, tẹ bá rí ọ́dà látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn olórí wa láti jẹ́ kó yé wọn pé a ò ṣeré wa àti sanwó wa àrèmáṣanwó síbi wa. Ẹsẹ̀ tó jẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀ tí a bá ń bọ̀ wọ́n lè mọ̀ pé tí a bá wá padà bọ̀ awareness eléyìí tá à ń bá bọ̀ tó máa lè jù àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ ká ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ báwọn leader mi ṣe sọ tí a bá sì ń lọ ká má kánjú tá a bá ń bọ̀ ká má kánjú àfọmọ ẹgbẹ́ kan wà lẹ́yìn wọ́n tún ẹ bàjẹ́ àwa jùlẹ̀ àṣeyẹ the OPC reform àti ṣe jàǹdùkú ọmọlúàbí ni wá ọmọlúàbí ni tẹ́jẹ́ ká jẹ́ òdu àgbè wa inbox.
To my friends who they understand Yoruba, that group of young men are those who are called the OPC team in Ogun State, who received the same news: Fulani terrorists kidnapping people, killing people, collecting ransom, destroying farms, threatening people, on and on and on in Yorubaland. There's going to be reaction. Police supporting them, police are shielding them, and on like that. You know what I mean? People will react, and the reaction is coming in sequence now, okay? That is Ogun State. Let me take you to Benue State. They will also tell you why they have decided to defend their land and protect themselves, since government won't protect them, right? Watch this.
So I'm not broken. So
my name is
Abraham.
Waiting be your name.
Waiting be your name. You say now Abraham.
Abraham.
Which part you come from?
I'm up from Benue State.
You know, say as a station there, we don't know your level for this issue for now. Who you be and waiting to happen?
I'm a Biafra army.
Biafra army. Waiting to happen for your side. Wait for all this Fulani people. Believe they know them in a place.
Then they are our side. They see they keep people. And those people where we get as a rich man there, they no one help us. If we cry, go meet them, none of them won't come out to help us. So we will not get the money where we do the farm work. And we then the key. So there we cry, meet governor. Governor of the state come outside, talk for toll gate, Makodi, headquarter toll gate. He come outside, talk, everybody gather. Even that day, they break the governor head or tongue. Governor or tongue. They break his head, they then talk. President Buhari saying they come visit us. We tell us no be visit we need. We tell us say may call people, may they come help us. They no agree come help us. They tell us say all the small harm where they carry the key meat for boots, where they carry secure ourselves. They say make we surrender and say they won't pay us money. Say may nobody use them again. So all of us will surrender, they gone. Surrender everything where they use hunt, they keep bush meat. We surrender and finish. We surrender and some wicked tava. All these people come begin kill our people. We don't get anything to do. Some village people will come transfer them from our village to another side, Ugbokolo, from Agatu to Ugbokolo, from Agatu to Tukpo. Come transfer some of them to there. They decide this pain, they decide this pain, we don't get anybody to help us. My own friend from school, I'm from Benue State Polytechnic, I finished from Benue State Polytechnic. My own friend cried to me, my friend stay school, he tell us, say, if mother, they kill a mother and a father for school. We tell us, say, they kill your mother and your father for school. Say, yes, say, make we help am go fight this fight. Tell us, okay, no worry, we dey come. Our friend, before we come, our friend no fit hold himself, enter bush, na kill and kill am. Inside Popo, now inside Popo, where they all inside all Agatu now, we no get any Popo again. If you enter Agatu, if they no offer you Popo, I've seen a waiting S-men cost with that. For Agatu land now, we no get single one pawpaw again. We don't cut our pawpaw down because of them. And they say no any farm where we go farm again. They say that side now their mother's land. Anytime where we call them, say make we and them talk is. They say yeah now their mother's land. So we must leave their motherland for them. We can't tell them say how there can't take be their motherland. They say that place now their motherland. So we must leave and there for them. Can't tell and say we no go feel live and for them. Say this one our own. How Benue come in our mother's land? Where una come up from? Where una will know say here na Fulani get am. Fulani no get any place for Benue. How here come in our mother's land? They say there na their mother's land. That's why they kill our people anyhow. If they carry cow enter any farm, they chop anything. If you talk, say white cow will chop you or something. If you did that farm, they will kill you for that farm. They will follow some people in the night. They go follow our people. They come house. They kill people anyhow. So they think can't tire us. Now like this. Now can say. Now I'm like this, we ready to fight. Okay. We ready to fight. Since we don't get support from the government, we ready to fight. Anywhere where the fight won't take us to, we ready to fight and to restore Biafra. Because you know, say now only Biafra, if we restore Biafra, now where our peace will come from with that. And me, I stand today as a member of Biafra. I know say now only where we get this thing from now like this, and we ready to fight until the end to get the Biafra now.
You say what makes that you people doesn't have pawpaw again? I didn't hear you very loud and clear. I say what makes you don't have pawpaw again?
Yeah. Why we don't get pawpaw again? We say for our land, then they enter inside pawpaw. We will not be discovered in time. They use and kill our people. Finish. They use and kill our people.
Which people they enter?
Now Fulani men, X-men. They enter inside pawpaw for our land. They use and kill our people. So we will not discover what they happen till the time when we can't discover.
I beg, carry your language. Come again. Wait till they talk. Be say these Fulani people they enter inside pawpaw as a kind of they use juju enter inside the pawpaw.
Then when you reach in the night.
When you reach in the night, then they go appear as human being. Then begin to kill everybody. Ataga to there.
Ataga to there. Now like this, we no get fun again.
And when you shoot the pawpaw, when you shoot
the pawpaw, you see blood.
Ah.
So elaleya no ole jano le jegaga.
Confirm.
So ya no le lagbe ano kelaga gen achola dan. A coach ekowala no ho kano chanje kano nuna to ha.
The story is the same everywhere. Okay, so people are getting recruited from all parts of the regions where they have suffered great losses, and having the ESN where they can get trained, in the tactical warfare, how to defend themselves, defend their communities. So from Benue, right, they are going as far as the eastern Nigeria to look for support, help, because government won't help them. Government disarmed them. And that is something that they are also planning to do to us in Yorubaland. That's what they are also planning to do, which they have been unable to, right? To disarm them in the eastern part of Nigeria and then open the door for the killers to walk in and start killing and massacring our people. If you speak up, they will send their soldiers in to tell you to shut up. You're just a troublemaker. Get that? Good. I have another video I'm going to share with you. Watch this and I'll speak up.
Yes, as you can see, this is Yorubaland approach. Our people are supporting the anti-grazing law, which is in Nigeria Constitution since 1969. Newe people are in support of anti-grazing law, which is ordered from Muhammadike, one of Biafra, which is Nnamdi Kanu. The people all over Biafra land, you can see our people are doing it right. As you can see, we are live and direct. This is our people here. This is our people. Everybody is rejoicing. Everybody is happy over the banning of herdsmen in Biafra land. Everybody is happy. Everybody is happy. Yes. Yes. This is working to report live from Newi. We are here live and direct. Today, being the 7th day of February 2020, the banning of
Newi. That is the legacy of Buhari. To all of you who one time or another, right, still want to stand up and defend APC, that is the legacy of Buhari. He has divided Nigeria so bad that by the time he's no longer there, I mean, by the time they can no longer use his name, yeah, no Fulani will want to stay anywhere outside their conquered territory in northern Nigeria. I'm saying this because that is the legacy of Buhari. It's not just in Biafra land. The people of Edo State, women in Edo, they came out to protest, demanding for the Fulani herdsmen to leave their state, leave their local government, leave everywhere, because they were not safe. They are not safe. They are still being raped, kidnapped. Their farms still being destroyed. In the news, you remember that news of about a few days ago of an Edo son who returned to Nigeria after 30 years in America, and he got kidnapped, right? It is because of the developing insecurity situation as well, which is cutting across everywhere in Nigeria. But that's actually not just the problem. The problem is the fact that people can tell that they are in danger. They have evidence. They have victims. They have all these people. But the government is telling them to shut up. Shut up. Don't cause problem. Don't cause problem. No Fulani is arrested and prosecuted. They have been arrested, though. The only place you will see Fulani arrest is going to be in southern Nigeria. In Oyo State, 80 of them were intercepted in Oyo. And they were handed over to the government of Oyo and government of Lagos State. Where were they going? They were going to Lagos State with guns. Guns. But see Edo people. Why Edo said 14 days they don't want to see any Fulani in Edo State. Anywhere in Edo State.
I saw them. Oh boy, see. So I decided oh boy, see. Oh boy, see. Oh boy, see. They don't intercept them now. Oh boy, see the size different. More than 30. Look at what I am seeing now. Today Tuesday, 8th of February 2021. Today Monday 8th 2021. Reporting live from near Ekewan Barrack. Fulani herdsmen with guns and all ammunitions.
That was yesterday. Okay? And most of the time, it is always the people that apprehend them, that suspect and intercept them. That's the last you will hear of it. After that whole video and all of that, the police will take them away. They will give them their guns and they will tell them to continue to their destination. So imagine if you are one of those who witnessed that in Benue today, yesterday, And you would expect that, oh, thank God that people caught them, or these ones would have been using the guns to kill us. And a week later, the same person you saw in that video on the road, sitting on the floor, you see him again in your community with gun, and his friends with their guns. Won't your mind or heart skip and be like, I saw this man with my 2 eyes last week when he was arrested with guns. How did he get out? That is the situation. And that is why, when you see people who stand up and say, no, we have to protect ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. We cannot wait for the government because government is backing our killers. That is where they are right. Even Professor Wole Soyinka is concerned. Watch this next video before I take it to Professor.
Pẹ̀lú gbogbo wàhálà tá a ṣe àwọn kan dé ṣáà kí Yorùbá ṣe tún máa fún ọ ní kí wọ́n máa kọ́ ní síbí. Ṣáà kí Yorùbá máa fún ọ ní kíní bí. Ṣọ́dá ṣáà kí Yorùbá ẹ fi dẹ́sí gbogbo eléyìí ṣáà kí Yorùbá máa fún ọ ní lásìkò yìí Yorùbá gbé wa. Ọ̀gá ìjọba dúró kẹ́ fún ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ lọ́bì kan ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ lọ. Àwọn kan gbowó ìsáwó lábẹ́ làwọn eléyìí débí yìí o lábúlé aṣaka wọ́n ṣètò wá fún wọn bí àwọn Yorùbá wọ́n gba màálù àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pọ̀ nítorí owó ládàá ni wọ́n débí o.
Somebody said I should stop playing identity politics. Some of you probably just take this as a joke, a pastime. Somewhere you can just go make some pastime comments, passive comments, make a sarcastic comment, because to you, this is just for fun. Unfortunately, Anthony, I don't want you on my platform. Okay, and people like you are not welcome, by the way, and it's for a reason. I am talking about people being targeted. And a president of a country who happened to be a Fulani man is telling us and keeping quiet and with evidence. Somebody is talking about identity politics. Am I even like playing politics here? Or telling you what politics has done to us? The damages, the killings, the destruction. Come on. If that is a pastime comment for you, I don't want you on my platform. And if I found you, I'll get rid of you. It's so convenient for me to do that. You know why? Because when it is time to to discuss something important as this, and you have something else to do, rather than waste your time here, it will do all of us a better deal if you can just vamoose, or we get rid of you, myself. Identity politics, where a Fulani terrorist, a jihadist is your president in Nigeria, where it is completely obvious that, and if you can prove me wrong, I'm open to all of that, where you would tell me that after all these killings, all these, kidnappings, destructions and all of that, if you can just point to one single court judgment that has convicted a Fulani terrorist anywhere, or convicted a Boko Haram terrorist anywhere, or convicted the bandits, as they call themselves, anywhere, then I'll take back everything I'm saying. I have gone beyond people that you can possibly, use that giant on and throw in that your political correctness, which is pretty much mostly blackmail. So I'm more than that, and you won't have any room around where I am to spread such stupid ideas. And that's why you can excuse yourself. It's good. Yorubas are being killed. The Fulani terrorists that are killing them, we are capturing them on videos. We are capturing incidences where people have been, farms are being raised, and Fulani terrorists are threatening the farmers. And you come here to talk about identity politics. Come on. There's another question you should be asking. I'm not the one you should be asking why there is no conviction. And that's why I'm like, when you ask me, why is government not convicting them? And do you really think I'm in the best position to answer you that question? But we all know why. Whether your question is rhetorical or you're just, trying to pull some legs. You know why? I don't know how old you are, and I want to believe that you should be matured enough in the last 5 years to tell me if anywhere in any court in Nigeria, after all the killings, after all the destruction and all of that, with evidence, if you can convince me, if you can point me to one direction and say, Maiyegun, here is a court case where 20 Fulani terrorists who killed so numbers of people in so villages in this place, they were convicted. This is the court order. This is the judgment. If you show me that, then that means you can then say, oh, Maiyegun, stop playing identity politics. Let's look for peace. Because I'm not the one to give you that peace. The people who started the war, which is obviously, as we can see now with all their political leaders, their political, all their spokespersons that are now threatening everybody. We are going to start war. We are going to do this. We're going to do that. None of them is coming out to say, oh, Buhari's government is trying. They have convicted over 1,000 terrorists. And don't give me that bullshit about government is trying. How can you tell me a government is trying and they are doing their best, and the only record they have is that they have released over 6,000 terrorists, and they are not even hiding it anymore? Before now, they were hiding it. They were disguising. They are not doing that anymore. Publicly, they are telling you that they are giving amnesty to bandits, and they have no regret about it. So how dare you come here to tell me that I'm playing identity politics? When I'm telling people that even if they use identity politics to deceive you to this level, you should never stay back in that dragnet where you are still identifying and say, because I'm a Yoruba man, it's going to be Yoruba next. Don't play identity politics while your people get killed. So how dare you come to my page and tell me that I'm trying to play identity politics because you want to sound what? Ask Buhari why it is convenient for them to release terrorists than prosecute terrorists. In Zamfara State today, they are freeing terrorists. They are paying them money. DSS in Nigeria has a special cell for repentant terrorists. They are paying them money. Then how can you ask me that why do I think they are not getting judgment? We know the problem is education, but is that not why we are doing what we are doing? Put it in a book. Recommend the book to some of our people. You're wasting your time. But if you can get their attention and tell them the danger they are in based on the decisions they are making or decisions they are being coerced into taking or making, the consequences that, let them know that there will be consequences for every action. Everything you decide on today, whether you partake in it only or not, or you fail to stop it, there will be consequences. And it's not going to stick to those who made the decision only, especially if it has to do with politics. Look at it today. Oshibaju cannot talk about the insecurity in Yorubaland. Tinubu cannot talk about insecurity in Yorubaland, and be honest with it. But they will talk to you about the next election. They will talk to you about the things that are not in existence. Why? Because it is not politically profitable to do so. Then when you know that they won't do what they have to do, should we now abandon the people that are going to be the victims? Those who voted or didn't vote for PDP or APC, they have become victims of insecurity in Yorubaland. And they will continue to be as we continue to play politics with it. Where is Buhari? If Buhari is not playing identity politics, how come that it is always bullet for peaceful protesters, and then bread for the terrorists who have bullets? How come? Why are people not asking that questions? How come you think asking and talking about the problem is actually the problem. And not talking about the problem is not the problem. Do you really feel comfortable watching people killed? Reading the news here and there? I watched how they desecrated the southern Kaduna to what it is today. I watched how they ravaged Benue to what it is today. I watched how they ransacked and, to what you have in the Northeast and Northwest today. We all saw how from the blues, from nowhere, you are now having bandits, Fulani bandits, who can now sit comfortably with governors. They can walk comfortably into government houses after kidnapping people that they are still keeping in their custodies. The government is not interested in prosecuting them for the crime. The government is only interested in whatever money they can make from it, like what they did in Kankara. They paid 30 million. They declared it 100 million. Who are those who are going to share the 770 million naira? They cash in on the problem. Then we tell you that if you continue to let them play identity politics, today, an average northerner cannot speak the way he would like to speak without expecting to be communicated by the people from his region, by people that will call him idiot, stupid. Why are you supporting southerner? You should support Buhari, even if they are killing us. Is that not an identity politics? They are killing northerners, they are killing southerners, they are killing Christians, they are killing Muslims. Everyone is not safe. And the president of the country will rather, instead of them to use the law of the country to prosecute the criminals so that they can stop those who want to be like them. No, they are not doing that. The government is paying them. Do you think that doesn't have any consequences? When government arrests hardened criminals who have killed people, when government arrests hardened criminals who have raped women repeatedly, there are stories. Eyewitness accounts. Raped 85-year-old women in Yorubaland. The thought of it alone should get you raging. And that effort to make sure that that never happened again should be everybody's responsibility. But where is your president? Where is he? Where is Oshibajo? He is in Ogun State. Today, he is in Ogun State, is in Ekene because he wanted to register for APC membership. After 2 weeks now, they are going to tell you that they have new members. APC members are now 30 million. You cannot dispute it. They are the ones who always play with figure. They will write the next election result for you. Is that actually what you want to do? Is that actually what we should feel comfortable about? Next election, not next generation. They are destroying farms, destroying economic livelihood of Yorubas. And you actually think I should keep quiet because it's going to be about identity. Come on, that's bullshit, man. Right? They may play it. People may try to sway you, blackmail you, say things that, will make you feel like, oh, am I asking for too much for people to feel safe? That if I go to Yorubaland from my own safe haven here, I should feel safe in Yorubaland. Is that too much to ask? Now, government won't give me that, right? And they won't let me provide it for myself. And when I try to tell my friends and my friends and family that we need to protect ourselves, you want me to be called someone playing identity politics. And Buhari is using your billions to offset the bills of terrorists, paying them ransoms, rehabilitating them, paying them allowances every month. And I'm asking you, can you take us to one singular court order, court judgment that have sent just one Fulani terrorist to jail? I can give you list. I can give you link to know how many numbers of terrorists Buhari have released. Now we don't even have the number anymore. All the states in the northern Nigeria, many of them are now working on paying ransom to terrorists, security money after 5 years. And you want me to keep quiet and watch Yorubaland become another Benue? Meanwhile, this is the time we're actually like beaming the searchlight on it like never before. This whole thing has been happening for so long. Well, maybe you don't like it when I say it, yeah? Maybe this guy too is playing identity politics. He is being paid to say this. He is representing people. His people's lives are in danger. And this is him on the floor of the house.
To say that
Listen
our
to
country
this.
is in crisis. Because truly, I think we're in crisis. And as statesmen and women of this hallowed chamber, we must rise to the occasion to save the nation. Nigeria needs to be saved. Your Excellency, Mr. President, in 2012, you and I were on that side of the chamber, and we had reasons to raise a rhetorical question. Do we have a government? Under circumstances that are not as severe as what we are expressing now. Your Excellency, we are dealing with a situation that is very, very, very grievous, because lives are no longer safe in Nigeria. And every day we are raising motions here about killings in their scores, missing people in their hundreds, in a nation state. Mr. President, there is a problem, and we must confront that problem. I pity Mr. President because I remember he used to be a military governor of Northeastern State many years ago. As a retired general and a sitting elected president, I just wonder how he feels when situations like this is happening under his watch. Mr. President, I would like to remind us of a statement that Mr. President made in Chatham House, London, on February 26th, year 2016. And I'm going to quote that statement. He says, I quote, "Let me assure you that if I am elected president, the world will not have cause to worry about Nigeria. That Nigeria will
Let me see the second one.
To its leadership role in regional and international efforts to combat terrorism." End of quote. Mr. President, the president needs our help, and I'm going to tell us how. If the president will not come to address the nation in parliament, let the parliament go to him and tell him and remind him of this statement, that he should provide the leadership. We have a duty as statesmen here to save our nation. And whatever help Mr. President needs, that the Senate can provide for him, we have a duty, a constitutional duty, and under oath to provide that support. The president must be reminded of this statement. He made it in Chatham House in London. He did. And we cannot afford for this statement to fall flat on ground. 300 people missing in Katsina, the home state of the president. Last week, we debated Borno here. Again, we are debating Borno today. What's going on? If the president will not come to us, let's go to him. Let's go as a delegation of this chamber and go and meet him and encourage him to do the needful, so that it will be on record that the Senate is not in compliance. It's not in complicity with what is going on. This is something you have done before on that side of the aisle. You did it. We did it together. Now we can do it on the same side and help to save our nation. Our nation is in crisis, and we must rise to the occasion to save this country. It is not about election, it's not about party, it's about saving and rescuing Nigeria. I so submit, Mr. President.
So what do they expect?
That's something I just wanted to share, because sometimes it's good to see that some of them who knows the truth can easily identify with those who are the victims before they themselves become victims. We have had many National Assembly members who have become victims of Boko Haram in the last 10 years. Some died, some escaped, some their family members have been kidnapped and killed, some their entire village have been wiped out by Boko Haram, and they can no longer go back home. They are in Abuja. Okay, so until it gets to Yorubaland fully, where everybody is no longer safe, right? And before it gets to that, that's the fear. And that is what Professor Wale Soyinka said. He was like, I am afraid that if things continue like this, there will be civil war. You know, there might be a civil war in Nigeria. And the civil war means that the government will try to disarm people for Fulani terrorists. It is obvious. You can try to continue to be politically correct, okay? It is your own bread and butter. But people who will no longer deceive themselves, lie to themselves, trying to make alternative facts that will make them deny the reality and pretend that it is not that bad. It is your butter, it's your own bread and butter. But people know. People who knows that for every action, there will always be consequences after that. And people who are worried that the consequences of what is going on right now is not going to end well for Nigeria. And for Yoruba people, it is better we are prepared and protected. And that is all up to us before they will use their federal power and all that nonsense to come and power us and disarm us. And this is what Bashirika said.
So what do they expect of us now that this war is on our doorstep? Of course, there has got to be civil mobilization. And if we keep waiting for this to be centrally handled, I mean, we're all going to become, if we're not already, slaves in our own land. That for me is personally intolerable. It's not an acceptable condition. And whatever it takes, I stand ready to contribute in any way. And I've made my government understand this, you know, that we are here not just to live, but to live in dignity. Right now, our dignity is being rubbished. My forest has been taken over. It's been shrinking. My normal hunting grounds, yes, it's been shrinking. My family tells me that if I go in depth again, they will have me institutionalized.
What would you be expecting from the president at this time? What do you think he needs to do to break the riot act, if you like, or tell the people that it's no longer business as usual and we are ready to nip this at the bud right now?
Address the nation. Address the nation in very stern, unambiguous terms. Say openly, yes, I know I am the patron of the Cattle Rearers Association, etc., etc. I'm a cattle rancher myself. It's a business, and I run my business on business terms. I do not run my business by killing people. I do not run my business by raping, by displacing, by torturing. I do not run my business by occupying land that does not belong to me. And I'm warning all business people in the food commodity, all you cattle rearers, whatever comes to you for illegal occupation or for trespassing on other people's property is your business. And I'm ordering the army, I'm ordering all the security forces to back citizen effort in flushing you out. I expect nothing less, even at this stage. It's already, but it's not too late. This is the language which I expect from President Buhari. And as long as that language does not come, I must consider him quite complicit in what is going on, because the buck stops at his desk.
What is your biggest fear about where we are now?
We may enter a phase of serial skirmishes, which get more and more violent, become less and less focused, and swell into, I hate to use the word, may develop into a civil war, and a very untidy, messy one at that. That's my biggest fear. And unless action is taken. And I'm very glad that the governors are coming together and discussing in all seriousness. I'm very glad that they're even pulling in renegade groups like Maitiala, for instance, and obviously talking sense, knocking some sense into his head. I notice into the heads of their spokes, their leaders, their representatives. I notice that they're now talking about accepting the decision of governors and agreeing to obey the rules. Very different from defiant, arrogant language which they were using when Benue. It was a totally unconscionable language after people had been killed.
Okay, so let's talk about Sunday Igboho, a Yoruba activist that's also taken a stand. He has been in the news in the last couple of days, in the past few weeks. Some are criticizing his stand, some are saying that he's going overboard. We talk about excesses and all that. Have you met him? What do you think about his actions and how he's carrying on?
No, we've never met. And incidentally, I hope people will always report things properly. I saw a byline on one of these media online reports. Wale Soyinka calls Igboho a hero or something. I never did any such thing.
Yes, for those who can see through. While everyone is worried, concerned, what is the way forward? How can we work this? Buhari is mute and missing. Presidency continues to threaten the people. You can't do this, you can't do that. And they continue to send their soldiers after those who they believe disobey or will disobey them. Okay, that is the concern. But the vice president of Nigeria, even if you can't see Buhari, the vice president of Nigeria, who is now pretending to be just a pastor, not vice president. In fact, he was appointed, he wasn't elected. He's pretending that was in Ikene today. Watch this. He is not in Ogun State to commiserate with the people of Ijebu. Ijebu is not far from there, where a woman was attacked by Fulani terrorists. She was stabbed, shot at, and they nearly severed her entire wrist of her, arm. But it was in Ogun State today because they needed to give it a publicity that they are party of the people registering, and it wasn't there. Because of the ongoing insecurity situation, they would rather keep mute and walk on the ground to undermine the, the campaign of the Yorubas to stand firm, defend themselves. It was him who introduced what they wanted to, they later called the Ruga, okay, Ruga to give the land to Fulani terrorists for peace. Just same way Femi Oponu Adesina said, your land or your life. Which one is better? Give your land and live, or don't give your land and die? But when he finally had the chance of talking to the people in Ikene today, the people he probably just see once in every 4 years. This is what he had to say.
Wọ́n máa kọ́ wa lórí kan, àwa kan bí ti mọ̀ náà, òkè òkè lórí ní lọ. òkè òkè là ń lọ o. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. Olóríire tẹ̀lé mi. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. Olóríire tẹ̀lé mi. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. A ò ní pàdánù o. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. A ò ní pàtẹ́yìn o. Òkè òkè là ń lọ o. APC next level ní ká sọ next level. A máa òkè òkè la máa lọ. APC next level ẹ jẹ́ àjókòó. Your Excellency, the Governor of Ondo State, my dear brother, Prince Dapo Abiodun, the Chairman of the APC Membership Validation and Registration Commission, and Governor of Niger State, the great Abulolo, Alhaji Abubakar Sani Bello, the former Governor of Ogun State, and our leader, Baba Aremo Olusegun Oshoba, the Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Dr. Noimot Salako Oyedele, the Right Honorable Speaker of Ogun State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Kunle Oluomo, the Chairman of the APC in Ogun State, Chief Yemi Sanusi, Chairman of Ogun State APC Membership Validation and Registration Exercise, the Honorable Ademorin Kuye, members of the Ogun State House of Assembly present. My leader, APC Ward 1, Chairman, Prince Segun Awomuti. Leaders of our great party in the state, all members who have just joined us, from the PDP, from the ADC, from the APM, who have now joined our great party, the APC, I welcome you very warmly. As a matter of fact, we now have 22 members of the House of Assembly in Ogun State out of 26. 22 are all our APC members. And we're expecting the others to repent very soon and join the great party. So we're expecting them anytime soon. I also bring you the very warm greetings and felicitations of Mr. President, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. I'm extremely pleased to be here. I'm extremely pleased to be here to participate in the registration and revalidation exercise of our great party. But first, permit me to welcome you all to Ikene, my hometown, but more importantly, the hometown of Papa Obafemi Awolowo, the father and progenitor of the great movement that we call the progressive movement today. It is on the broad shoulders of the social democratic philosophy of the maximum happiness and well-being of all the people that we in our great party, the APC, stand firmly and confidently today. And so we must situate this exercise, this registration and revalidation exercise, in that ideological context. Party registration and revalidation is important because it offers us an opportunity to have a credible role of our members, such that we are able to reach our members from the polling booth level all the way to the wards, local government, and federal constituencies. Why do we want to reach our people? The people are the party, and the party is the people. There is no party without the people. The people are the party. That is why we must reach them. Ours, the APC, is a grassroots party, a party of the people. Our focus
you know he's a fraudulent man, Abi. That is what he's good at. Is people. Our focus is the people. The people is the party. The party is the people. And then, you know, it would just rally double, rabble around, and that's it. It would just walk away. The people is the party. The party is the people. See two of them wearing suits in 2014. Someone said it's like the people who were there, they were yet to eat, or they were hungry. I won't cuckoo doubt it. Hunger day everywhere. To mobilize people and get them, if you need 1,000 or 2,000 people within 2 hours right now, just say, okay, I need 2,000 people, I'm going to pay them 500 naira. Bring 2,000 people. I just want them to just display madness for Lagos about the expressway. There will be volunteers. That's how bad it has become. And the likes of Osinbajo made that happen, made that so. After 5 years, people are more hungry. You need to go there. I was in Nigeria. You get that? It wasn't different from a war zone. Even if they were just coming out of a war zone, it shouldn't be that bad. I don't know what these guys, and that's what they do. They drive in expensive cars, bulletproof cars. They fly in shoppers. They arrange gatherings like that. It was meant to go and register as a party man. Oh, do you see the welcome party they put together for him? It is for political exigencies. And throughout everything he said, it was just talking about absolute trash, nonsense. I'm talking about nothing that is in any way related to the latest development in Yorubaland. He didn't say anything, no jack shit about what is going on, because they have told themselves, don't say anything, just keep quiet. Okay, let's just keep quiet. But then you will see these on-boot slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, Buhari diderins, the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, the Facebook bandits, social media adsmen, and all these Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo, and the Majiris, all these all-risers, Baba Sokpes, and all that, yeah? They will be telling you, they will try to tell, Osinbajo is the best vice president they've ever had. Why won't he be? When they are paying them 30,000 naira. And some of them are pure ass lickers, by the way, like real ass lickers. Just guys who are trying to live off what they are not. They are all suffering within. And then whenever they need to push him out, that's when you see him out. It's never in the interest of anybody. It's never been at any meeting with the Kenya people. My town, Odogbolu, is just about 5 minutes or 10 minutes drive from Odogbolu to Ikene. You can go to Ikene from my place on your bike, on your bicycle. Do you get that now? So Ikene, Odogbolu, Ishagam, these are regular for every one of us who grew up in Ijebu. There's nobody called Osinbajo anywhere in Ikene. From 1999 to date, they were doing their fake robbery politics in Lagos. And today they have the mega slump called Lagos, where they cannot actually boast of any drinking water for 10% of the population provided by government. No public drinking water, no public healthcare system to care for the citizen, no housing to care for them. What about insecurity and unemployment? You can think about it. They will tell you it's Lagos. Their roads is like God help them. You know what I'm talking about? But they have this fake entitlement that makes them feel like they are doing better than other people in any other state in Nigeria. Meanwhile, they are worse off. People will die because they have no access to any proper medical checkup. And Lagos itself will kill you. And they say, well, we're a mental health problem that is so rampant these days because of what we are facing now, right? Go to Lagos State, you see them. And that is what they have done in 21 years, 22 years. Make your life a mess. Rubbish. I was there. I was like, oh God, thank God, though. Thank God, see, I get alternative. I won't live in Nigeria. If I have to be back in Nigeria and live in Nigeria with what I saw the last time, yeah, I don't think I will last another 6 months. And I don't really have any plan to. But Yorubaland, that they have turned to that, where people like us now feel like, oh, more. If you go to Yorubaland, apart from the frustration of the people that they have destroyed and continue to destroy, yeah. What about this developing crime? What if you get kidnapped? What if you get killed? and on and on and on like that. As a Yoruba man, even if I don't give a damn about Nigeria, which I don't, but I'll still have to go to Yorubaland, won't I? But I won't survive there 6 months. I won't. And it is because those criminals have been in charge of Yorubaland for this period. That's what they have done. And then they can buy themselves expensive cars, expensive these, private jet these, and they can come out every once in a year, once in 4 years, and tell the people how much they love them, how much they are so, like, they have been doing everything to keep them safe and all of that nonsense. I should be worried. You should be worried, because that's the situation. It got so bad that Fulani terrorists were so mad that they even shot at an ambulance that was conveying dead person, a corpse. Pussy, see the coffin. Somebody there inside though. You see this, it wasn't a brake failure. It wasn't what do you call it? It wasn't tire burst or anything. Fulani terrorists, they shot the driver. Why would you shoot some driver that is carrying coffin with dead person inside? They want to go for burial. They shot and killed the driver. The driver, when he was trying to escape himself, the car turned and tumbled. And that was why the guy who died that they wanted to go and bury, the guy is still in that coffin now. They will have to cut that car, cut it off to bring that person out. That is what they are telling people to live with. How is that possible? And those who promise heaven and earth that they will keep you safe, they are now feigning ignorance. And when you speak, they are telling you that don't cause wahala, don't cause war, and the rest of that. The civil war is coming, and it is going to be facilitated by the Fulani terrorists that Buhari is shielding. So the message is still the same. Protect yourself. Don't listen to any politician. Don't believe in anything they tell you. If you believe them, you are pretty much signing your own death warrant. And with what you have so far, Yoruba will continue to push. From the news, we also heard that they have allegedly frozen the account of Sunday Igboho. I'm going to give that a follow-up, and I'm going to report back on that, real update. And I'm not going to believe it's a rumor, because Nigeria, they will first deny it, and then the government will come out to deny it. Whenever the government denies it, it means it's true. So we're going to dig on that, and we hope it's not true, because politicians in Yorubaland are not going to really find it funny. If anything happens to Sunday Igboho, especially APC politicians, and I hope it won't get to that. So I'll give that a follow-up. There's going to be a protest in Nigeria on Saturday. It's going to be called the Occupy Lekki Tollgate. I told you that the last time when the NSAS protest was going on, and the government started the threat of, the violence that later happened, I said, the moment people push back, if people push back and they leave the street, they will never regain the control of the street again. The government will never allow it to happen again. And that they killed then and nothing happened. People did not get to rage and move to the street, chase the soldiers, chase everybody away and everything, right? And chase Buhari himself away for killing Yorubas and killing Igbo, killing everybody, Nigerians that they claim to be protecting in Lagos State, in Obigbo, in Enugu, in Abia, in Ibadan, everywhere, Oshogbo, where they shot and killed the supposed Nigerians, But because the people lost the control of the street to the government and their thugs, now the government that lied to them that they are looking into the problem, they are looking into their complaints, and they are going to do exactly. We're going to start a judicial panel. Judicial panel is going to investigate and they will prosecute. All not lie. I told you. I said, if you believe them, I know it was inevitable that people won't continue. I knew because of the violence. But I'm just saying now to remind you that I told you then that all the judicial panel they are setting up are all fake. They are just to buy time. And when everybody relax, everybody forgets what happened, they will just move on. They will just disband all the panel one by one. They will not work again, right? 3 months after the Lekki shooting, that they killed over 70 people. So many people have come out with some of them, they have amputated their legs, amputated their arms. They have all come out in a new series whereby evidence they are asking for, they now have it. The moment they present all of these people to them in the panel in Lagos State, the panel the military, the soldiers representing Nigerian army at the panel. They withdrew their members. They disbanded all their legal team, and they said they are not interested in attending any of the hearings again. Then the next thing that came was that they need to go and reopen Lekki. At least they've shut it down for 3 months, and nobody brought any evidence of anybody that died. And despite videos, different, even the videos presented by Lekki Concession Company, LCC, the one that they gave the deal to for Tinubu, they presented video, presented all of that. They didn't admit them into evidence. They said, no evidence, no evidence. Okay, now they have rubbished the panel. Since the military won't attend, what is left? They are now pushing an agenda of reopening the place, so that once they reopen it, Lekki toll gate never happened. Nobody ever get killed. And those who committed the crime, they've been promoted anyway. Do you get that now? And everybody will forget until something happened again in the future. And people say we can't forget. How can we forget something so gory like that? How can this government be so like heartless? What is wrong with Tifnumbu? What is wrong with Sonweiku? At the pointer. What is wrong with these guys? Why is it all about money, money, money? Can't they just be humans for once? When these guys were protesting, everybody admired them. Sonweiku even attended the protest. He took the megaphone. He addressed them. He told them they would be protected. Only for him and his gang to send their MC Oluomo trained unfortunate Yoruba sons and daughters too, the bastard in Yorubaland. They sent them after people who were asking the government to take care of the policemen and prosecute criminal police, so that if the government pay the police well, if the government take care of the family of the police, policeman will not be on the street picking your pocket, harassing you, shooting and killing you. That was the demand they made from the government. But you know what happened? The people that they have destroyed their lives, they have stolen their destiny, they have looted their own life, looted the lives of their own children, looted the lives of the children they have not even given birth to. These guys, they have been breeded as educated Agbiru and uneducated Agbiru. The uneducated Agbiru are the violent ones, the ones that carry guns, bottles, cutlasses, the ones that will burn down, BRT, bus terminal. Sonweiku and his men, the thug in Lagos State, they bombed down BRT terminal. They burned down government buildings. They burned down so many places, simply because they wanted to put all the blame on the protesters. But what they failed to realize was that during the protest, when the first violence happened, when the thugs they sent to Alausa showed up, we have everything on record. We have everything on video, right? They were conveyed to that place by the BRT bus in Lagos State. Government bus conveyed them. They denied. But what followed that? Sonweiku on record called the Nigerian military to send military from, from their barracks that is not far from the Lekki toll gate. And what happened thereafter? Phone calls, everything on record. Can't they just be human? They unleashed terror. And when they start their first terror, the protesters said everybody should go home. Everybody should leave the streets. Please go home. Then people said, we are peaceful. Maybe when we begin to sing the national anthem, when we are raising the flag, soldiers won't shoot us. Sonweiku announced a curfew, after 12 in the afternoon, telling people that they have to be home by 4 o'clock. When was anyone ever be home from work by 4 o'clock in Lagos State? Even when you leave your work at 4 o'clock, you will be home probably by 11 or 12 a.m. in the morning. But they decided to kill people. They set people up to kill them. After sending thugs to burn down everywhere themselves, then they started they sent soldiers to kill the people. Now they want to do a cover-up on that. Now they are now mobilizing people to say, defend Lagos. The same thugs, they have burned down Lagos State. They are now recruiting themselves to go and stop anybody who goes to Lekki toll gate to occupy the toll gates. Because according to them, Lagos State belongs to them. The slavery in Lagos State is permanent. We don't want you to talk about it. If you are killed, you are killed. We have phone call where protesters were threatened by thugs, Tifnubu thugs in Lagos State. We will kill you. We are coming there tomorrow. Not only live in Lagos, so go to Aba, go to Onisha, go to this. And there is this intentional diversion, okay, to cause ethnic cleansing. And if anything happens to Igbo people in Yorubaland, just hold Tifnumbu, hold Oshibajo, hold all the APC members in Yorubaland. Because you know what, right? They burned down Lagos State with their thugs. We have it on camera, on video, even where the Hausa Fulanis were looting shops. We have it. When the policemen paraded those they claimed to have been looters, people they found who looted shops, people who looted things from shops, those paraded by their policemen in Nigeria, 90% of them are Yoruba people. And we're here. Some of them were raided innocently on the street. We followed that through that time, but the same people are now saying Igbo people burned down Lagos State during NSAS protest so that they can have an opportunity to go after Igbo people. We have it on camera. We have it on video. Where Remi Tinumbu, the former Lagos State First Lady, wife of Tifnumbu, where Remi Tinumbu in 2015 was accusing the Igbo people of not voting for them, for voting for PDP, right? And therefore, they will end up being sent out of Lagos State if they continue not to vote for Tifnumbu. Oba of Lagos State threatened the Igbos as well. So they put all the blame, the failure of the leadership of Yorubaland on an ethnic group that they choose to hate. They have been profiling them for years. If you are a Yoruba man and you are agreeing with this miscreants, this Lagos Abobakus, this Lagos Crumbitas, this Agberus, because they can tweet, because they can give interview, they have access to media. If you listen to them, you as a Yoruba person, you continue to get yourself misled. Those who burned down Lagos State, they were the Agberos, sponsored by the Lagos State government, sponsored by the NURTW in Lagos State. And when you see the video that happened in Fagba, where Fulani terrorists, Fulani, those who are riding Okada, living with people there, they were supposed to be living in that community where those guys were busting and breaking into people's shops, looting and cutting away their wares. We have all of this on video. Yes, we do. But today, you will see them now sharing everywhere, telling themselves the Igbos want to burn down Lagos because of Lekki toll gate, because of NSAS. And if you are a Yoruba man who believe them as well, your deliverance should be ASAP. I mean, from this temple of truth, I have a lot of work to do on you, to help you see the light, because you know what? They will use you. They will use your emotion. They will use every sentiment and drag you in the same way they drag you into Buhari or Shimbade Yoruba Fulani arrangement of 2015. Today, we are burying our people because they choose to be farmers and stay in our villages. We are now paying ransom simply because we choose to drive on the road and not fly helicopter, fly private jets like all these politicians. The arrangement of 2015 has brought insecurity to Yorubaland. Do you want to continue to be used to attack people who have nothing to do with the mystery that Tifnumbu and gang have brought upon Yorubaland for 22 years? That should be your worry, because yes, they will use you again. In 2-3 years' time, you will look back and say, I regret believing them. Some of you are regretting believing them in 2015. Now, if they speak now, you hate their guts because you hated the fact that you believed them in 2015. But look at the failure. Now, the consequences of that is what we are dealing with today. If you let them use you, if you allow them to deceive you, to support their organized attack on the Igbos in Yorubaland, in Lagos State, the consequences of that, you will also live to witness it. Same way we are living to witness the consequences of 2015 change, the consequences of 2019 next devil, okay? Because all these things about protests, peaceful protests at Lekki toll gate, is just to say, how can government be heartless? Number one, you have failed to prosecute the police that are killing us, that prompted the protest in the first place. You have failed to do that. How can you even fail to deny that people get killed that day? Even you, Soweku, in one of your videos, where you admitted to CNN, you told CNN that, yes, You have confirmed 3 people dead. But your hallelujah boys on the street right now, they are now telling us that there is no evidence, nobody died, and you are keeping quiet. They are now organizing on how to unleash violence on these people who are asking your government to at least be honest, be human, be a father, show that you are also a parent, show that you are a human being, and not just power, money. Because you know what? All of these things will have its own consequences. I just hope that you'll be alive to share in that. Same way many are alive today, sharing in the consequences of 2015, sharing in the consequences of 2019. And then whether you are in Nigeria or not, you cannot deny that you are having a share of your own Nigeria, wherever you are right now. I'm going to draw the curtains here. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to be back again, tomorrow, because I'm off tomorrow. I have this news for you, my friends. I received a message from the some Yoruba think tank group who are now coming together to to establish a Yoruba or Oduduwa football team across Europe, whereby we can. I'm still digging into that as well. Okay, but it seems that this finding ourselves, networking and coming together, finding a common ground to protect all the interests of Yorubaland, build diplomacy and build more internationally, by the way, build international diplomacy using every means of social, cultural, political, and then, athletical means to reach out and build alliances. I am in for that. I'm completely in. However, when I have the details, I'm going to share that with you. It sounded like something so beautiful to me when I was told, and I'm waiting to have the details and share that with you. This is where I'm going to draw the curtain tonight. I'm going to see you again from tomorrow. Like I said, stay safe. And before you go, give me this warm thumb up on your video, on the video there. If you haven't done that already, remember, you can close the chat. If you are using your mobile device, close the chat and you will see the like, the share, as well as the subscribe button on your screen. You can give me that before you go. It is why, you are here, I'll say, and you don't want to miss out on anything when next Maiyegun is live. Thank you so much to every one of you who uses the super chat and super sticker there. Sorry if I missed you, okay? But I appreciate your gesture. You can subscribe onto Maiyegun's Diary. You can join my membership platform. You can also set your notification on from what YouTube sent to me. 66% of you just wait for somebody to share the link, and then you join. Once you are done, you are gone. Stay back, subscribe. You too can receive the notification. All right, so that when Maiyegun is live, at least you will get to know without having to wait for that your friend to share it always. Remember, do this. I'll see you again.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.